This is the chainsaw for bureaucracy. Chainsaw! All right.
I love it. Mr. President, thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
It's a beautiful thing. Good morning. Rise and freedom. I'm Austin Peterson. You're watching and listening to the Wake Up America show, and that's on the For Liberty Network. Oh my God, that is funny stuff. Welcome to the Wake Up America show. We're glad to have you here. Click that like button if today's your first time watching the Wake Up America show. Become a regular guest by clicking the follow button as well over at rumble.com/AP for Liberty. Fridays are a special day. Why are they special, Austin? Well, they're special because my smoking hot, redheaded, libertarian wife, Stephanie Peterson, is in the house.
Good morning. My second time this week.
It is, yes. It's a special week because it's my birthday. And I've got my goggles out here, my ski goggles
We're
out here.
I'm going skiing. I'm taking a class so that I don't go on one leg down the medium hill.
Tell that story real quick, Steffi.
So I've skied one time officially before in Weston, Missouri, which is close to Kansas City, about like 45 minutes away at Snow Creek. And so anyways, so I was just trying it myself without a class. Austin taught me how to do the pizza, so I'm like, I got this. Like, I just put my legs inward and I can stop. This is great. So I go down the beginner hill. And then all of a sudden, there's actually a path to the medium difficulty hill. And so I somehow went in that direction because I obviously couldn't control myself. And before I knew it, I was on one leg, literally. And Austin said I was screaming all the way down. But I was able to balance myself on one leg down the entire medium
Scooch over a little bit
challenge
more this way.
hill
We want to get you in that little circle. See the little circle right there? We're going to get you in the circle. Welcome, everybody. Glad to have you here. Yeah, we're going to Snow Creek this weekend as well. We decided to save some money and not go to Colorado, so we went to Snow Creek. But that's fine. It's fun. We get to take all of our family with us, which is better.
That's right. And we have your dad helping us with Hazel.
Yes, exactly. We got a little babysitter, Grandpa the babysitter. So we're going to have a great show this morning for you today. We're going to talk about all the goings on at CPAC, the Conservative Political Action Conference, which we just played a clip from.
I have a lot to say about that clip. If we can get back to it later.
We'll get back to it. Let me just get the setup here. We're going to talk about what happened to CPAC, some of the best, the highlights, the lowlights. I've also got, that plane crash that happened a week ago with Delta and it flipped upside down on the runway?
Yes.
So it's not confirmed yet, but they believe that it was a female pilot. And I've got some videos of Delta and their attitude towards what they call unmanned flights.
Oh, my goodness.
This may have been an unmanned flight.
Aren't there usually two people in the cockpit? There's usually two pilots.
Yeah, more details are coming out on this story. We're going to talk about it this morning. I've got some videos that are going to make you cringe. We'll talk about that today as well as the CPAC stuff. Would you or two truths and a lie? Not would you rather. That would get sexy.
Truth or dare?
That would get sexy fast. Truth or dare? Yes. You want to see me and Steffi play Truth or Dare? I'm sure you do. The Wake Up America show is brought to you by me and Steffi and all of the support from our friends this morning. Let's drop some Rumble rants today. If we start them early, I've found we get more Rumble rants if we get some early. Okay. I didn't ask for any Rumble rants yesterday. I didn't ask for I don't think I advertised anything yesterday. You know what we got?
What?
Nothing.
Really?
Yeah, because we didn't ask.
Yep.
If we don't ask, we don't get. That's the reality.
Right.
That's the truth. So today
that's why I get on the phones and I literally ask people for money, because when I just send out a link on social media, not one person likes it or clicks on it.
These days you gotta do what other people aren't willing to do, and that is ask. So
yeah, it's like we're not those big huge shows where people are just throwing $100 bills at them without them even asking. Yeah. I don't know how you get to that point.
There's
point
a certain
where you're
point-
like so godly that people
Yeah.
are just like, take my money.
There is a point where you cross where you get like such an audience that it's like they just are just throwing cash at you. You just kind of cross the threshold, right?
I'm thinking about Tim Pool, for
Yeah,
example. He's having
yeah.
a child today.
Yeah, hey,
That's
congratulations
awesome.
and congrats to Tim.
Yes.
Hey,
we know how exciting it is.
Drew Van Runkle donated $1, says,
Thank
I
you.
wasn't here yesterday. We appreciate that, Drew.
And I
Thanks
know
for getting
you're
that
a
started.
subscriber, Drew.
Yeah, Drew's one of our main
Yes.
men. We appreciate you. So everybody follow your leader, Drew Van Runkle, leading the way today.
He's a pioneer.
Yes. So you have some. Hold on. Let me pull the clip up again so you can see it because you got something to say about it. We'll go ahead and just reintroduce it for those who might just be tuning in.
Oh, that was awesome.
This is Elon Musk getting gifted a chainsaw by Argentina's President Javier Milei. It says "Viva la libertad carajo" on it.
Thank you.
He's so autistic, man. It's so funny. Oh,
He
that
acts like a little child.
autistic howl. Yeah, he does. He does.
Yeah,
act like
I
a
can
little
see
child.
him. I'm not dissing anybody who has action figures or who plays with toys as a man. You know, that's totally cool. But
Better not.
it's just funny. Like, he seems like someone who would be playing with his G.I. Joe characters and like making voices for them. Maybe, I mean, he has like 13 children, so maybe he's just so used to playing with kids.
Is it 13 children or is it not 13 children?
12.
Because I'm like, I don't. I'm seeing. First of all, yesterday I saw Allison Grimes, his other baby mama, was posting at him saying, "We have a medical emergency with one of our kids.
What?
And you're not responding to me." And blah blah blah.
Are you kidding me? These women get to him on Twitter rather than his phone?
He's the busiest man in the world. I mean, he's not.
So he checks his Twitter before he checks his text messages and his phone calls. That's so interesting.
Yeah. So
Wow.
This last week it was a big issue because a lot of the family values voters are kind of mad at him. So
I do not like where society is
Stupid
going. Like,
Politico
our
here.
co-parenting is ending up on social media where parents are probably like, hey, come pick up your kid in 5 minutes. They're going to like start making tweets about their children just to communicate with their ex or their, baby daddy. It's so weird.
Yeah, it is. So I had this article until Politico decided to throw it behind.
Oh, wait,
the thing
can I
here.
just comment on that video
Yeah,
first
go ahead.
before we
Go.
move on?
Go.
Okay. First of all, he has no chainsaw discipline. Do you see him how he's like putting it everywhere, like all around,
Hold on,
pointing
let me
it
pull it
at different people?
Well,
like,
first of
he's
all-
going to hurt somebody with that thing.
Okay, well, first of all, they removed the chain from it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that there's no chain on that, Stephanie. You don't have to worry about it. So.
But still, he's like poking it all over the place like a gigantic you-know-what, right?
This is why you're a girl and you don't understand boy things, and boys want to. That's a gigantic.
This is why
chainsaw.
boys break things, and
Yeah.
us women, we keep things all nice and tidy. You boys are just like, you're like wild. You're
that
like
is-
just trying to like kill everybody.
That is such a lie from the pit of hell. Have you ever been in a women's public restroom?
There is blood everywhere.
Yeah,
it looks like we've killed
it's
people.
disgusting.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know why people run away from their toilet. Like, are you afraid? Are you afraid to flush it and you just like run? I don't get it.
Gross.
But anyways, yes, the noises are hilarious. And I just think this is so epic. Whoever was at CPAC this week is so lucky because you got to see these wonderful leaders. How often will this ever happen? Probably never.
No, this is a once in a lifetime. This is a once in a lifetime. This isn't even once in a generation. This is once in a lifetime. What you and I are seeing, Stephanie, it's the culmination of, I mean, you know what's funny is you and I, we played a small part in this. We actually went to our caucus, our Cole County caucus, and showed up, and then I went on to become a delegate to go to the state level conventions and things.
Right.
But we, in a very small way, we added a little drop to the flood that has contributed, that has resulted in this.
Oh, I felt very conflicted. I felt terrible as a libertarian.
Yeah,
being there
voting
at the
as
caucus.
voting as a Republican.
Absolutely. I felt like a traitor. I wanted to stand up and nominate Vivek, and I was too scared.
Right, but when you see this right here, Javier Milei and Elon Musk with the chainsaw of freedom, doesn't it kind of feel like, do you feel a little vindicated that you got your hands dirty and voted Republican?
Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause, I
I
mean-
think that's pretty awesome. I can't see like Nancy Pelosi doing that or anybody else. They're too
No.
old to lift a chainsaw above their head.
Yeah. Drew Van Ruckle says, I identify with Elon's mental state. I just wish my bank account did too. Yeah, no, me too.
Yeah, we all wish we were there financially with him. You know what? We should redo this video using AI and have Javier Milei hand him some Afuera sneakers. He needs to come out with some Afuera sneakers and hand them right to Elon.
Did you see these,
Right
by the
there.
way? Somebody posted there, like, hi, Jeff, how long on Argentina are you? He says, well, for starters, I own these sneakers. Thanks, AP for Liberty.
Whoa. So get this. So Angelo, one of our staff, he was at CPAC.
Oh, yeah, he ran into him.
He did. He saw Javier Milei and he told him about our shoes.
And guess what? And Javier had no idea what he was saying because he doesn't speak English. So Angelo...
Well, Angelo's Mexican, so he could have spoken Spanish to him.
I don't know if Angelo speaks Spanish, honestly. He's Mexican.
I think he's learning a little bit.
Yeah, but here's the thing. So Angelo ran up to Javier Milei at CPAC and said, hey, I helped to make the Afuera sneakers, right? Because Angelo was really helping us a lot to get these sneakers.
Yes.
Because when they were selling like hotcakes, man, I tell you, we needed all hands on deck to help coordinate all of our orders.
Those are the actual Argentina ones, too.
No.
The ones that ship to Argentina, right?
No, well...
Those ones.
Now I think they do ship to
okay.
Argentina. We haven't had anybody from Argentina buy them just
Gotcha.
because like the sales have slowed lately. But we are going to be getting into sneakers in a big way this year, actually. We're really excited to get some. We've got a new company that we're going to work with to help us expedite it. But these Afuera sneakers here, Javier Milei he posed with a picture of them at Mar-a-Lago, and then Angelo yesterday runs into Javier Milei and starts, he's so excited to meet him, and Javier had no idea what he was saying, and Angelo didn't know that he couldn't speak.
And I said, Angelo, pics or it didn't happen, and he said that he was so nervous he forgot
I know, that's
to take
Angelo.
a photo.
That's poor Angelo. All right, give it up for Angelo.
We love you, Angelo. Thank you for trying to get his attention.
Of course.
So we've had two people so far get his attention about our shoes. Cliff Maloney and now Angelo Pacheco. So if Javier does not realize that these shoes exist yet, then there's something wrong.
Yes, well, he does. So here's the thing. This version of the shoe, this is version 1 of the shoe. We're going to release a 2.0 of the Afueras. It's going to be upgraded. It's going to be a little higher quality design, a little higher quality shoe. And so these are going to go away. So for those in the audience who are, they're going to go away because we're going to release a new version of them. And so for those who have ever wanted a pair of the original Afueras, and these are going to be the ones that carry, the new ones aren't going to have our logo. The new ones won't have our logo on them.
Really?
No, they aren't going to have logos. They're just going to be straight up Afueras with a new design. They'll look cooler. They'll be a little higher quality sneaker itself, but they aren't going to carry the AP logo. So these are, at this point now, they're limited editions. So if you want to get these, and we'll send out texts and emails just to let everybody know that these are going to go away, the original Afueras. So if they want them,
sad.
it is, but it's time for us to upgrade. You can't stay still. If you're staying still, you're falling behind. So we have a whole bunch of new shoes that are going to be coming out this year. So if you want the original Afueras, they'll become collector's items. Then go to 4libertyshop.com. That's the number 4. Type in Javier Milei sneakers. You'll find them. There you go. I see people in the chat are enjoying the Rumble bot. Today it's Andrew Tate, which I think people will find entertaining. Thank you to Real Hunter Human for the Rumble rant.
Thank you.
I'm Austin Peterson. This is my wife, Stephanie Peterson, and we are doing Freedom Family Friday today. Bad news is no Justin. So
he's just really rocking and rolling with his voice business. Yeah, that's his passion place, really.
This is passion. It's his career.
That's right.
He's never been busier. Things are going better for him. And you know why? Well, one, it's because of the motivation he has. 2, because he's integrated AI like I taught him.
I know. it's just making our lives so much better. It's amazing how many people don't use ChatGPT yet.
I was talking to people. Ron Fitzwater, the mayor of Jefferson City.
Yes.
He said he was starting to use it, but that they hadn't really fully integrated it yet
Right.
into like public works. But
Well, the thing I was telling you that I don't do with ChatGPT yet is I don't use the apps or whatever they call them that are connected to it that
The
are
new ones?
specialized. So, for example, like writing progress notes for therapy, they have like a special app through ChatGPT that someone's designed to make it even easier to write notes for therapy. So I just haven't tapped into those specialty ChatGPT zones yet. I've just been using the main ChatGPT, the little area where you just type in there.
yes, so we integrate all sorts of AI tools into our daily content creation matrix. As a matter of fact, here I've got this one pulled up. I was playing with this yesterday. I've been working on like a concept for a new commercial for our Founding Flavors coffee. And Firefly is Adobe's newest video generation and image generation tool that they just released. So I got a 1-month subscription to see how it goes. And I wanted to create, in order to sell our, not just our coffee, but also our stained glass founding father stuff. I thought, what if I made a really beautiful commercial showing the founding fathers as stained glass and then animated it and see what I could come up with?
That'd be cool.
Well, it's not perfect, right? You typically have to do this many times in order to get a really good result. But here's what I got when I uploaded a picture of George Washington crossing the Delaware, this famous painting. And then I typed in George Washington and crew sailing across the Delaware River as a beautiful stained glass mosaic. And here is what Adobe, which is one of the most powerful tech companies in the world, the biggest ones,
Photoshop.
this is the best that they could do. Okay.
That's still super cool.
It's still cool, and I might end up using it. Keep in mind, I have to pay like credits. I have to buy a bunch of credits, and every time they do this, I use credits. So if it's not good, what they did, I still burn up the credits anyway.
That sucks.
So that is a problem. So I tried to do it without the mosaic, and you can see here, this is what it looks like without the mosaic effect. Just have them sailing across the river.
No, that's cool. I think that's even cooler.
It's pretty cool, except why is there a freaking alien spaceship flying in up here? Look at this. Can you see that?
Oh.
See that?
Oh, it's a boat. The boat is
Its boat's coming back, but it's flying in the air.
the water is just so crazy
Well,
that the
look.
boat is just flying.
Look at that. Look, see how the boat's flying? It's like a flying airship coming in there. And then look at the flag. It actually turns into like a British flag or something there for a second. What is this? That's not an
Well,
American
that's
flag.
incredibly symbolic.
Yeah, if you watch this over and over again, the worse, the more you look at it, the worse it gets,
Oh,
right?
boy.
And here's the mosaic.
Maybe
Which-
the mosaic's better because it's hiding all of the imperfections, such
That
as
is
the
good.
flying ship.
Perfect, exactly, correct, Stephanie. Yeah, so we'll do that a little bit more because we just, we want to.
AI has really come a long way. We used AI for our Calvin Coolidge book, and we want to write more children's books this year. That's the other thing we want to work on. And we know that AI has gotten to a place where it's going to make it a lot
easier.
better and easier this time around.
Because we had to do the Calvin Coolidge images. We had to do those over and over and over again until we got usable images. And
Yes.
even still, if you look at the images in the book, sometimes in some little areas, it's kind of like
His fingers
yeah,
are messed up.
Sometimes, yeah,
Yes.
right. But it's a children's book, so it's kind of like it could be stylized.
Well, at the very end, it's talking about like all the differences in all the children, and there's like some one-eyed children or like a child that has an eye on his eyebrow. Like,
Yes.
yeah, but we love differences and
Yes,
uniqueness.
I guess we do. All right. Kendall Swanson is identified as the alleged pilot of the Delta flight
Oh, she's pretty.
that crashed upside down in Toronto. Unverified sources claim 26-year-old Kendall Swanson was piloting the Delta plane that crashed upside down in Toronto. Okay, it's unconfirmed. Endeavor Air has not disclosed the names of the pilots yet. But the reason why they think that they're holding it back is because They surely must be regretting videos like this.
Girls, come on. Leave the saving of the world to the men? I don't think so. I don't think so.
Live fast, die young, bad girls do it well. Live fast, die young.
When you have an unmanned flight crew.
Baking a party, chocolate Barbie waiting on me for
Endeavor Air. Now, these are the people who flipped the plane.
She was probably making a TikTok video while she was flying the plane there.
Got into Harvard Law.
What, like it's hard?
So what is your name as a group?
The Click.
Okay. There's a lot more videos like this.
Those are really fun.
Here's the thing. People are, Stephanie, people are complaining because whenever they see like women pilots, or if they see a minority pilot, or if they see like a minority doctor or something like that, people are complaining that people are saying, is this a DEI hire?
Now, minorities, I'm okay with Indian, Asian. Oh, yeah. Like that I would be way more comfortable having an Indian pilot or having a pilot from Japan or China. Like, they're very smart. I trust them.
Now, wait a minute.
I trust their intelligence more than Americans. I do.
Okay. Boo.
Yes. I know we're not as smart as Indian people. I know it.
Give me the most blonde, Aryan, blonde-haired, blue eyes, 48-year-old American white male pilot who served in the Air Force and who is qualified in the jumbo jets. I want the most.
Well, didn't you know about the helicopter people that hit that other airplane? Like, what the heck?
Like, I don't want him to be a Nazi, but he can be close. Just kidding, guys. Just kidding. This is not going Nick Fuentes here, guys. We're just kidding.
In terms of minorities, I'm definitely on the side of a lot of the minorities because I know they are smart.
Which ones?
Like I said, Indian, Asian.
Okay, so I would trust an Indian man to cook my curry, and I would trust my Indian man to do tech support only so far as he was doing the tech support from within the United States. If he was outside the United States, I would be worried that he's trying to steal my credit card information, right? Or do some other kind of scam. Now, what's the next minority?
Asian.
Okay, what kind of Asian? Which Asian?
I would say Japanese or Chinese.
Okay, well that's those are completely different. Would I trust a Japanese man to fly my airplane? Yes. A Chinese man? No. And I'll tell you why. When I was thank you, Cecilia, by the way.
Thank you.
When I was driving to Pittsburgh one time from Washington, D.C., I think I've told you this story. That was when I was working at the Atlas Economic Research Foundation, and we were going to protest at the G20 or something. We rented this van, and it's full of interns.
Oh.
You remember this story?
Yes.
Okay, so it was full of interns, and the Chinese guy, we had people from all over the world as part of like the Atlas Economic Research Foundation. It's an international think tank. And I was the American white guy, and Di Qing, D-I-Q-I-N-G, he was a Chinese dissident, anti-communist, so he had to like flee and become like a refugee and come to the United States, right? And now, now he's like an activist and a freedom fighter to try and help to bring down communism in China. So we're driving to Colombia. He offers to, and I didn't even think about it. I'm, in my late 20s and stuff. I've never ridden in a car with a Chinese man who was driving, right? And they say Chinese women are even worse, right? Chinese ladies behind the wheel. But Di Ching was driving, okay? And we're going through all these mountain passes, okay? And we got this big van. So it's not an easy thing to drive.
Right.
And Di Ching, I mean, is, swerving all over the road. He's not staying in the lanes and stuff. And everybody's too nice and polite to say something to him, right? So the trip gets about halfway. And the interns all in the back, I mean, they're all just like... everybody's talking and chatting, being social and stuff, and they're all like, but I could see that they're all like gripping their seats and stuff.
Oh, yeah, holding on to the handlebars.
Whenever we go around a curve, they were kind of like, ugh. And about halfway through the trip, we stopped for gas, and I go, Di Ching, how about I take over? I'll drive. I'll do the rest of the trip. And he goes, "Are you sure, Austin? You sure, Austin? I could drive. I could do. I could drive." I was just like, "No, it's okay, Di Ching. You be my navigator. We'll get there. No problem."
See, he's probably very good with maps.
This was like 2009.
Yeah, he's good at navigation.
Okay, and so here's the thing. So all the interns and everybody gets back in the van, and Di Ching's the navigator, and I take over, and it's just smooth as pie, as smooth as butter. And then I remember it wasn't like 30 minutes later, and because this is a long trip, that I realized I was like, nobody's talking. I'm like, why is everybody so quiet? And I look back, and they were all sleeping soundly. Just
They were at peace because the white man was leading.
Exactly, they were at peace because the white man had taken, and we had smoothed out. They were no longer like sliding out on the yellow line and all this kind of shit. There you go.
Well,
so Chinese man drive my plane? No. Cook my chicken? Yes.
I went to school
As long as
with
they're in the United States.
a lot of Indian people, a lot of Asian people, and when you see how they do school, you are amazed. They are the smartest, the best. The standards that their parents have for them are so flipping high, higher than any white person. So I just know that their fear of their parents getting mad at them would ensure that they fly a plane safely.
So you don't have any trepidation about getting into an airplane with a girl like that because you think she's pretty.
Women? Women are a different story. I said minorities. Minorities I'm fine with. Women, I think our brains, we just don't drive as well as men. I think that's how we're just wired, right?
Drew Van Uncle says he'd ride with Di Ching before his wife.
Do you know? Oh, boy. Yeah, you don't like how I drive either.
Racism, sexism.
Do you know who I would trust in an airplane?
Who?
Bryn of Tarth?
Brienne of Tarth. Okay, yes.
I would trust her.
Well, because she's like a strong warrior. That's just a television show, right?
I know.
So, okay.
But if she was like, I'm taking over, I'd be like, go ahead.
She lost like every fight. She lost I guess she beat the Hound.
Yeah.
I guess she did defeat the Hound. Right.
So I guess butch-looking women I would trust slightly.
Okay, there you go. So Stephanie, butch-looking woman, she would allow to fly her plane. You would allow to fly. You would say, okay, you can fly my plane. Not me.
Still, men are better at everything.
Here's the thing.
Men are better as doctors, lawyers.
Here's what I would say.
All the professions.
I would trust them to fly my plane. They could be a woman. They could be a minority. I would trust them to fly the plane if there is no DEI. If there is no DEI, if they had to compete on the same level.
Who would you trust, Elon or Javier Milei, to fly your plane?
Great question. I don't know, but did you see this?
I would trust Elon.
Did you see Mark Zuckerberg was doing tech support for Javier Milei?
Aww.
They got a picture of what they were looking at on their phone, and this is what Zuckerberg was showing to Javier Milei. You can see it right here.
Are you kidding me? Is that really? Is she like an Argentine model?
No. So you probably don't remember this, but remember the inauguration?
Yeah.
Do you remember the inauguration when Mark Zuckerberg was looking down like the girls?
Oh, is that woman and her boobies?
Yes, that's her.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Jeff Bezos's wife.
Oh, yes. She looks like an alien.
Yeah.
Wow. She's all fake, y'all. Those are fake boobies.
No, those are all 100%
lip injections.
Nobody cares.
Yes. I know. As long as they look good.
The
that's
only
all that
people who
matters.
care are women and men who are standing in front of women who have to act like they care. Every
Exactly,
man,
exactly.
every man would.
Yeah, they would.
Would.
I
lips-
wouldn't. I wouldn't
The lips
for
are
her.
off put. The lips frighten me.
Yeah, you got to put a bag over that.
Yeah.
You know. Just have her hide under the covers. I would not trust her to fly a plane.
Yeah.
Although she's got some airbags.
Yeah. She got some.
You could fall into her.
Excuse me. They
chest.
are. We call them fun bags in this house. They're not full of air. They're full of fun.
That's so cool, though. So Zuckerberg was at CPAC?
Mark Zuckerberg was doing tech support for Javier Milei. Man, I would if Zuckerberg was there, man, would I ever give him a piece of my mind and say, "Damn, Zuck, you really screwed this platform up, man. Can you please fix my account? Help, stop, take away all of these restrictions and suppressions that we have on it because I'm over on Instagram, for example, I can't go live because they suppressed my account for sharing somebody else's post, reposting somebody else's post. They gave me a year ban from live streaming on Instagram. I did an appeal. It's been months. No response. I'm a blue check mark over there.
Yeah.
And I do the customer support and everything. And they just are like, you just have to wait until they figure it out. It's like, bro, this.
You're in the doghouse. You're a bad boy.
His platform is, Aaron messaged me and says, definitely would not, brother. Would not.
Who's Aaron?
Aaron's a buddy of mine.
Okay.
He's another libertarian.
Yeah, see.
He's got his own show.
I'm logical. See, I know that she's, ugh.
And listen, it's
Gross.
not everybody's type.
I would with Ashley St. Clair before her. Okay? Ashley St. Clair is way prettier than that woman right there.
Speaking of Ashley St. Clair, Elon Musk, this story from Politico, the family values right takes on Musk's family. Some unusual techie ideas about the human future are raising questions in the GOP coalition. Elon Musk's unusual family, which with a claimed 13th child now with 4 different mothers, has become the target for a handful of conservative family values commentators online. Dropping an as-yet unverified Valentine's Day bombshell, conservative influencer Ashley St. Clair claimed last Friday to be the mother of Elon Musk's 13th child. Perhaps more surprising than her claim was the opprobrium it generated, not from Musk's sworn enemies, the Democrats, but from his newfound allies on the right. Opprobrium, Stephanie, that means harsh criticism or censure.
Wow.
It's a lot of family values conservatives who are upset. We were talking about this, the question of how can you be a good father? And man, a lot of people were texting me. I think Casey, Gage was messaging me yesterday too, talking about some things you cannot buy. And that is being present in your family's life.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
the importance of it. It's
Yeah.
Elon's story is kind of sad in a way, because although he's doing unquestionably great things.
Yeah.
Unquestionably wonderful things, positive things for civilization as a whole. Can you save civilization if you can't raise your kids?
Yeah, it's like a Richie Rich situation.
Yeah.
I used to be a babysitter, and I worked for a family where the dad was a business owner. Definitely not near as great as Elon Musk, but he wasn't really home much. And this little boy, he just wanted love, and he always acted out, and he wasn't really happy. So that's probably how these kids end up. They end up like Richie Rich, where they're just not fulfilled completely.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have to have a good father in your life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even if your dad is a good influence and a good example, you still have to spend time with him.
Yeah. So it's an interesting question. I mean, the family values voters, they have their own view of how family life should be. And Elon is very much, he's not a social conservative. He's not a conservative at all.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, none of the people who are really in charge of the Republican Party at the moment really are conservatives. That's just a fact. Trump is not a conservative.
Yeah, I mean, his child was raised with nannies.
Yeah,
all his children were raised with nannies and silver spoons.
But Trump is not a conservative from the social view of a conservative, right? And Melania, right, and all that kind of stuff. And it's a fascinating thing. Elon Musk is not a conservative. He's not a social conservative, right? And these are, again, former Democrats. And you could pick, Tulsi Gabbard, another example. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., another example.
Does she have children? I don't think she...
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
So that's a real question, is if you're going to be successful and you're going to basically be married to your career, should you have children?
I don't know. I really don't know. That's why, what's his name? Seth Rogen. The guy who does Pineapple Express and all that stuff. Good morning.
Actor.
Yeah, Good Morning Pineapples. He gets a lot of crap. I was listening to or reading an interview with him the other day where he was talking about not having children. And about he and his wife, they doubled down on the fact they believe that they did the right thing, not having children. They're busy. They've got, careers. They're making movies. And he says, if you hate me so much, because conservatives were attacking him over being proud of not having kids, he says, if you hate me so much, why would you want other little copies of me around, to be honest?
That's the thing that the Democrats say all the time. And that's their argument for abortion.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. As they say, don't you want this to be? Don't you want there to be less of us in this world?
Yeah. And you know what? Some self-identified conservatives and populists and Republicans and libertarians and right-wingers will agree with them.
It's eugenics.
Yes, abortion is eugenics. They will say on the right that, let them kill themselves off. Let them kill, if they're going to kill off their next generation. And, transgenderism is something that is a self-curing problem. The only problem with that, of course, is that it's a social contagion. So it's like it operates on like a religious model where they recruit. They recruit, and it's a social contagion. So it's not the case that they are breeding themselves out, because they just go and they get your kids and they indoctrinate them. It's like they did with Elon Musk. Couldn't save one of his children from the woke mind virus.
Really?
He has a trans child.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh,
wow, that's really interesting.
Yep. Blue Trike says, no, Tulsi Gabbard does not have any children. Thank you, Blue Trike. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
If you guys are just tuning into the show, by the way, guys, don't forget to click that like button. If today's your first time watching the show, click the follow button as well. And please, guys, drop some Rumble rants. It is Friday, payday for many of you. Can you bless me with something?
Yes. Please help us. Austin's birthday week. Give us some extra birthday spending money.
We wish. Actually, we're going to use it. We're as soon as this show's over, you're going to Sam's Club to buy diapers and formula.
I have a curbside order.
Talking about being good parents.
Exactly. The people that are childless, I've always noticed they share one thing in common, in that they always seem very youthful, a lot more youthful than parents do. And they're always kind of cool and hip.
I do believe that once you become a parent, that something changes inside you. It's probably some hormonal thing.
Yes, and there's some aging that happens.
Yes, I've noticed it.
Yes.
I've noticed it in myself. Right? Yeah, much more gray than before, faster, weight gain, different things.
Right.
There's something that happens in fathers that when your child is born, your testosterone level is supposed to drop.
Yeah, that happens.
And I got my testosterone checked, but I think it was right before the baby was born.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it was actually, the doctor was like, your testosterone levels are great, no problem. I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. But now I would be interested to
see if it was impacted.
To see if it was changed now that the baby is born.
Right.
So because Kenny, our buddy down in Texas, he's only a few years younger than me, but he looks really young, but he doesn't have any kids. Right. He doesn't have that responsibility. He wants kids and he wants family.
Yeah.
So Eric Wilson says, children are energy vampires. Yeah, I'm sure they are.
Yeah, because we used to be that fun couple, and we could just come and go as we please, do whatever we want, carefree. But now we're like all the others.
Yep. Bethany Mandel, she's a conservative author. She wrote, I strongly recommend having a baby daddy who lives in your house so that you don't have to tweet at him. That's funny. Yes. This whole social media to co-parent is a very interesting phenomenon. John Root, he's coming in with a fire and brimstone. He's a sports announcer and a former TPUSA guy. He wrote that this Elon Musk baby daddy, baby mama drama is is a reflection of how much of conservatism is filled with godless hypocrites who couldn't care less about conserving traditional family values.
I wonder if Elon, if he has a religion. I'm assuming he's atheist.
He is atheist, but he's kind of like, he's taking, okay, guys, that's enough of the booze. He's kind of taken an attack out of even Richard Dawkins' book, famous atheist book lately, that he kind of considers himself, I think he said recently that he was culturally Christian. Culturally
so he
Christian.
celebrates Christmas and all
Probably.
those holidays.
Yeah.
I guess
have
that's
no
what you
idea.
are. You're culturally Christian.
Yeah, that's the I was raised in the church and I read the Bible 6 times and I speak the language of the West, right? The Bible is the language of the West. That's why I want to read the Bible to Hazel, right? So because of course you're Jewish, so half the Bible is yours.
Right.
So it'd be good for her to know, and she needs to watch the 10 Commandments and learn about Moses and the story of the Exodus, because these are the myths and legends that built Western civilization. These are the agreed upon legends that we all came around as a culture in the West.
Right.
They call it Judeo-Christian values because it was, it started with the Jews, and then it was, Christianity was born out of it. And then Islam was also born out of Judaism as well.
Would you read the Quran?
Sure. Yeah, I
with
think
Hazel?
I tried when I was in college, but I didn't get all the way through it. It was after 9/11 happened, and I was like, "Who are these people?" I was, so I was curious. But what's 86 degrees in Buenos Aires right now? Real Hunter Human, boo on you.
Who's
sir.
in there? Does he?
Real Hunter Human.
Does he live there?
It's all of our. These are our friends from Javier Milei's.
That's awesome.
Yes.
I'll just dream of my happy place.
Yes, dream of your happy place. Yes, it's not warm here. What is it, like 1 degree outside here in
I don't know,
Jefferson City,
but
Missouri?
in the next few days, it's going to be in the 50s, so we'll be just fine here. So today, right now, it's 2 degrees. It's going to be 30. But starting tomorrow, it's going to be 40. And then next week, it'll be in the 60s, 50s. It'll be great.
-4 degrees, BB for Liberty says here. Yes. Dad Bob Baboon asks, here's a question. Would you allow Hazel to learn about the Book of Enoch and other forgotten scriptures? I say allow. I mean, she can learn about
I don't
whatever.
know who Enoch is.
It's a long story, but
Okay.
I mean, she's allowed. I'm not going to stop her from learning about things. If she wants to learn, well, when my parents were concerned about me as a child. Of course, all parents are concerned about their kids.
Yeah.
But my father was concerned about the rock and roll music I was listening to, which was like Metallica. And
Oh,
stuff like that.
right.
But my mother was concerned, and my father to a certain extent, about the books I was reading. Right. But it was a challenge. It was a double-edged sword because I was reading voraciously. It was a lot of fiction, almost all fiction as a kid. But I was reading voraciously, and on one hand, they didn't like all the books that I was reading, and then on the other hand, I was reading. So it was like, do we really want to stop him from, like, if he wants to read and wants the information, do you want to stop him from doing it? Because I actually, how they had the restrictions for like the ages when you're a kid? Now I think conservatives would be scandalized that this even happened, but I was allowed to read because I was so interested. I was given like a 5th grade pass. I could check anything out of the library that I wanted to. Whereas like for like certain ages, you were sort of restricted to certain parts of the library until you got a little bit older. Then you could go get, if you wanted a copy of Mein Kampf in 5th grade or something, you could get it if you were truly interested in reading something like that, which I didn't read that until middle school. But
You read Mein Kampf in middle school?
Yeah, it's so
Oh my! I've
dumb.
always wanted to read it.
Really?
Yes.
It's boring. I mean, it's just a list of recitations of complaints. Oh, they stabbed us in the back. Oh, we were betrayed. All this bullshit, blaming of other people for their problems. It's the same. It's why they call some people on the right today the woke right, because it very much is a victimhood complex. Oh, we're victims, and the only way to do it is reparations. It's like that is very much like that's why a lot of like Candace Owens used to say the Nazis were leftists until she became one.
Oh boy!
Like giving a shit says, get that T checked. Elon can afford 13 children. That's true. Yes.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I mean, money wise, yeah, they're fine.
Yeah. Yeah, us, we've got to rely on the kindness of strangers like Ike giving a shit so that we can afford our diapers and our formula, our baby formula, yes.
Oh, I've talked to Ike giving a shits on the phone.
What about Dad Bod Baboon? Have you talked to him on the phone?
I don't think so, unless he's somebody that I don't know he is. Dad Bod, message me.
Yes.
Tell me if I know you.
Yes, we need to know you. We getting to know you. Getting to know all about you. Have you guys visited forlibertyshop.com like ever in your life? Today's the day if you have not. And even if you have, it's time to go back. Go to forlibertyshop.com. That's the number 4, libertyshop.com, and get yourself something real nice from our Gulf of America
Can I
collection.
just say that you feed me water from that Gulf of America tumbler every single day, and the water is so flipping cold. It stays really, really insulated in there.
It doesn't look like it would be like some kind of super tumbler that would be like really high quality.
Yes.
It just looks like, oh, this is just like, oh, a standard, merch tumbler or whatever. But it's really good quality. Like we wake up in the morning, there's still ice in it, and and it has the type of lid that you would think, oh, well, there's going to be a lot escaping from it. No, even though there's like a hole for the straw at the top, which comes with it and doesn't come out. This was like, it's shockingly high quality when we got it. I was like, damn, this is valuable. And we put a little lemon in there. When we're taking a nap or we're sleeping and you wake up and you're thirsty, I just reach over and I put it in your mouth.
I know, you really actually have me drink from it often.
Yes.
Because I'm really bad about drinking water. I'm better about drinking from straws for some reason. It's the method of drinking that helps me.
Ashley Ann says, watching my order, Tennessee to KC to Mo, passed me twice. That's probably the winter weather. That's probably because of all the
goodness.
snow.
Well, if you're really needing that order fast, just message us and let us know which one that is, and we'll look into it for you.
Yeah, it's Ashley Ann. You can send us a text at 573-319-1586. The top selling Gulf of America item is the Shark Beach Towel, which has a 5-star review from Rick Regal. And he says, bought this beach towel for friends who loved it, showed it around to their friends who also loved it and want their own. It's not only patriotic, sporting the new name for our Gulf, but it's surprisingly silky soft and incredibly plush. You can get your Gulf of America beach towel. Be the envy of all your friends this summer.
So plush, so demure.
And the new Gulf of America skull and crossbone designs, they're available as well. We have t-shirts, mugs. Somebody specifically requested a fanny pack, which I'm told the kids now wear across their chests, not over their fannies.
Wow.
Golf towels, skull tote bags, hats, pillows, giant Gulf of America tumblers, onesies for your babies, just like our little babies, and synthwave style beach towels. You can get those at forlibertyshop.com. Go shopping today. I know that today's payday, guys, so give it to us.
That's right.
Give us your money.
We really use it wisely.
We do. Don't ask, don't get. And of course, click that like button. If today's first time watching the show, then click the follow button as well. All right, Stephanie, what else have we got on our list?
More clips?
Oh, yeah, we got some more clips. You want to watch some more clips?
Yeah.
Let's do it. This is Elon Musk and Javier Milei backstage at CPAC here with the
Javier Milei looks really short.
He probably is.
Hola,
amigo.
I wonder if they've ever met before.
He's just like us.
I think they've met before.
Oh. This must have been the first time he saw it, and then he brought it out to him on stage.
Oh, so it was all just like an act.
Oh my God, I want that so bad. That is so friggin' awesome. Oh, look at the cute little girl.
I wonder if that's one of his children.
How cool would it be? Yeah, probably. One of 13 there.
He's like, it's my day with my daughter today.
That actually has chains on it. So I wonder if they took
and
that
look
off.
at the little girl that's right next to him.
Look, oh yeah.
My goodness.
This is Elon's. This is one. Yeah, those are Elon's kids. This is Javon, I think, is one of his.
Javon.
Yeah, Javon is one of his ladies, and that is one of his kids right there. Yeah.
I wonder if he still has relations with these women. that.
What if he
have
doesn't
his
do it at
children.
all? I think I've heard it's all just.
I have a feeling he's asexual.
It's all IVF.
Yeah, he probably doesn't even have the desire.
yeah.
He's just like, I'm so busy. I don't
You
need this. He
gotta
probably
love-
like does it like in VR. Like he wears his VR headset. And
Don't forget, guys, we've got tons of Javier Milei gear as well over at forlibertyshop.com.
wow, everybody and anybody was at CPAC this year. Was Trump there too?
I don't know.
Goodness.
I don't know. Name this band. I like this one. Here we go. That's a great picture.
Oh,
we're gonna
my
have this up.
gosh.
We're gonna have this up on a T-shirt here very soon. I sent it over to Brad. And I was like, Brad, get this into design and then get that on a T-shirt. The Doge Father as quickly as you can. Here's Elon wearing sunglasses, like he's stoned or something.
I wonder if he's on drugs.
On stage. Here we go.
End this war.
Say it like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm a bought asset of Putin.
Yeah.
I'm like, he can't afford me.
Yeah. I think you're worth more than Russia.
Think
Yeah.
about it. Cool, like, so
He said that he's a paid asset of Putin. He can't afford me. That's pretty funny,
boy.
actually. Yeah.
I wonder if Elon really spends a lot on himself. You know, like if he buys all the nicest
He doesn't.
stuff.
He apparently does not.
I like those kinds of rich people.
Yeah, he apparently does not. He doesn't even own a home. I think he was talking about buying one, but he literally just crashes at his friends' pool houses like he's the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And of course,
That's so interesting.
rich people are more than happy to have Elon Musk
Of
stay at their house.
course.
He stays at I think he stays in like a hut on Mar-a-Lago's estate in Florida when he goes
my
to hang out
gosh.
with Trump at the Winter White House.
He sleeps in bed with Trump and Melania. He's like, can I snuggle with you guys?
My message
JD
to young
Vance.
men is don't allow this broken culture to send you a message that you're a bad person because you're a man, because you like to tell a joke, because you like to have a beer with your friends, or because you're competitive. It's
I love how the
Our-
woman's laughing.
like our message, the cultural message, and I think the president's and mine is the exact opposite, but our cultural message is, I think that it wants to turn everybody, into, whether male or female, into androgynous idiots who think the same, talk the same, and act the same. We actually think God made male and female for a purpose, and we want you guys to thrive as young men and as young women, and we're going to help with our public policy to make it possible to do that. My message to young men
I think it's a pretty good message, I would say, honestly.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't see him as like a manly man.
No,
you
not
know.
at all. Not at all.
He's not like the man that you'd see in camo pants smoking a cigarette, you know.
Did you hear the news about the potential Doge dividend that they were talking about, passing out $5,000 checks to people stuff?
Yeah. So do you have to have Doge in order to get that?
No. No.
Okay.
It would just be like another government stimulus check like they gave us during COVID.
It just reminds me too much of communism. It's like, give everybody the same amount of money.
Yeah, it just
And
doesn't make
we'll
any... Yeah,
do great things with
just
it.
pay down the debt. That's what I
Right.
say. Yeah, and I think that's where most Republicans are as well.
I mean, I would probably
percentage
do
of
great
Doge
things with it,
savings.
but I don't think other people would.
Yeah, this is Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson.
The president said that a percentage of Doge savings could maybe go back to the American people in the form of what he called Doge stimulus checks. Something like 20%. How would that work?
Well, look, I mean, politically, that would be great for us, you know, you send everybody a check, but really, we have to think of it, I think, in a...
That just got everybody's attention, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
just
Isn't that
saw everybody
sad?
look up all of a
I
sudden.
know.
Yep.
But if you think about our core principles, right, fiscal responsibility is what we do as conservatives. That's our brand. And
Yeah.
we have a $36 trillion federal debt. We have a giant deficit that we're contending with. I think we need to pay down the credit card, right?
Yeah.
That's what I think we need.
Yeah,
Yeah, amen, Mike Johnson.
that's
Love
what's
it.
responsible.
Now, here they asked Representative Jasmine Crockett, a Democrat from Texas, about the same question. Yeah, come on now.
Now, President Trump says he likes the idea of giving some of the savings from Doge back to Americans as kind of a dividend. Would you support that?
Listen, he's just telling a lie.
He's not the one that had anything to do with the $1,200 refunds that people had during the midst of COVID that was done by a Democratic House and Democratic Senate. Right now, what they're going to do is say, hey, we want to give you a refund, but Congress won't let us, because they already know that there's just no money for that. The only reason that those refunds came before was because we were living in different times. This was a time in which hopefully we won't ever go through again. We had a once-in-a-lifetime pandemic. The bad part is that I don't know if it's once in a lifetime, because we know that Ebola, unfortunately, was detected right here in New York here recently. And if we continue down this road of getting rid of scientists or deciding that we don't want to rely on experts as it relates to what they're telling us to do, or we don't want to deal with vaccines and medicine in this country, then we may be facing not only our next pandemic, but our next 2, 3, or 4 pandemics because of the...
Now,
She's sounding like a Democrat.
well, she is a Democrat, but here's
Oh,
the
I
thing.
thought she was, you said a Republican.
No.
Okay.
Now, here's the thing. She doesn't want to give out $5,000 checks to the American people, right? But if it's transgender Elmo, Sesame Street in Guatemala, she would give out an infinite amount of money, you know?
Yes.
It's no. Trump shouldn't give out money. The Democrats don't want him to do it because they know that, like what Mike Johnson said is true, is that it would be good for the Republicans politically, right? Because everybody knows that if you're going to be giving away free money, people are going to like you more. It's just how most people are.
Of course.
Right? It's just how it works.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's how it's been throughout history.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's just what it is, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's not,
I mean, it's hard not to be selfish, you know, like when the government is saying, oh, we're going to give tax cuts to people who have children, or, oh, we're going to do this. And if it applies to me, I'm like, give it to me.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm owed this.
Yeah, this is my money. It's my money.
I don't feel so bad.
It's my money anyway. It's my money and I need it now. You
Exactly.
know?
I'm paying into the system. It's okay for me to get something back.
877 cash now.
Mm-hmm.
Knox to make sure the gold is there.
Are they going to?
You know that we're going to go into Fort Knox. Do you know about that? That was that bad bump.
Are they going to eliminate more national security positions, civilians there?
We'll see what happens. But one of the things we do want to look, I mean, we hope everything's fine with Fort Knox, but we're going to go to Fort Knox, the fabled Fort Knox, to make sure the gold is there.
Where would the president brought up?
If the gold isn't there, we're going to be very upset.
Wait, what? Wait,
If the
so
gold
tell
isn't
me
there-
the story about Fort Knox and gold. Why is there gold there?
Well, it's been a. I mean, I'm surprised that as all these years that you've been hanging around with the libertarian movement, that you haven't heard like the rumors that our gold was stolen by the Rothschilds or the Illuminati or the Bilderberg Group or
My gold is still there. I still have it in my sack.
Fort Knox, Stephanie. It's Fort Knox. Okay, so like the actual where my dad was trained as a Green Beret in the U.S. Army.
Okay.
So the thing is, Elon is talking publicly about doing a live stream at Fort Knox, a public live stream on X, which would be epic.
Oh my God.
Which would be epic if he did, to go in with a live stream and just see if the gold is there. Now, my thing is that I'm a little conspiratorial on this one. Like, I don't think it was like, you know, the Rothschild banking family or something like that. But I think there's a chance that maybe there isn't as much gold there as they claim that there is. And so they're talking about now doing an audit. Now,
What do we do with this gold? What do they do with the gold at Fort Knox? They just hang out and just keep it there?
Maybe
in storage?
they may have to transfer it overseas in order to achieve certain assurances on our debt. Right? They'd have to say, oh, well, you know, there may be banks overseas that would say things like, all right, we'll allow you to borrow more, but we need to have some assurances that we're going to get paid back. So we are going to hold your gold as a sort of guarantee. And it may be the case that depending on what happens with the audit, you know, if there's an audit, I think that, you know, there's a chance that we may be being defrauded. Now, we don't have a gold standard, so it's not like it's not like tied to our currency anymore, which would be much more disastrous if that were the case. But here's Barry Bostwick, our Treasury Secretary, talking about this, and here's what he had to say. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not Barry Bostwick from. That's our Treasury Secretary. Scott Besant, but he just looks like Barry Bostwick. You know who Barry Bostwick
No.
is, Stephanie?
I would have believed you.
Barry Bostwick from, let's see if I can find it. You ever seen Rocky Horror Picture Show, Stephanie?
Yes.
Okay, so here's Barry Bostwick. I'm going to get this video taken down now by YouTube. But
So
Barry.
please, don't tell me to can it. I've one thing to say, and that's damn it, Janet, I love you. The road was long, but I
Okay, so that guy is Barry Bostwick.
Yeah, that's Barry Bostwick.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
hold
I
on.
think that
Let's
was
see.
maybe like around 6 seconds that you played it. So hopefully not too long.
Hold on, let's see if I can. Now that here's what
Oh,
Barry
my
Bostwick looks
goodness.
like now.
Whoa, look at that.
That's what happens to you. But here,
That's what happens when you become a parent.
yeah.
Wow.
So there we go.
That's Barry Bostwick?
That's Barry Bostwick too. Yeah,
What?
right there.
He looks very different than that guy.
Yeah, and here also seeing the transvestite outfit here
Oh, my
up there.
goodness.
That's also Barry Bostwick, the sweet transvestite.
He's got a lot of different looks here.
Yeah, hold on. Here we go. See him right there. Okay.
Oh, is he gay?
I mean, probably.
Look, see, there he is with another man.
I mean, probably. And so you see the resemblance?
Yes.
Scott Besant. Yeah.
One thing potentially that could happen, and people are questioning it, is maybe remarking gold. Elon Musk, who's leading Doge, was talking about maybe going to Fort Knox to make sure those gold reserves are there. That comes under your purview. Do you have any plans to visit Kentucky?
I don't have any plans. I can tell you that we do an audit every year. I can tell the American people on camera right now that there was a report September 30th, 2024. All the gold is there. Any U.S. senator who wants to come and visit it can arrange a visit through our office.
Gold was your biggest holding when you were a hedge fund manager before you divested to become the Treasury Secretary. So you know the value of where gold is right now versus where it's marked on its balance sheet. It's just north of $40 an ounce. It's close to $3,000. Is it under consideration for this administration to revalue gold?
I think that somehow when we were talking about the sovereign wealth fund and I said monetize the balance sheet, I can promise you that's not what I had in mind.
Okay, so Barry Bostwick thinks that we do have the gold there. At least he says that. It's the Treasury Secretary. Here's a video Joni Rankin sent us.
What is this? What is this? Where's all the money? That's as good as money, sir. Those are IOUs. Go ahead and add it up. Every cent's accounted for. Look. See this? That's a car. 275,000. Might want to hang on to that one.
Oh, my goodness. That's a great one, Joni. Thank you.
Thanks, Joni.
I mean, if you're a senator, you can go. So we need to get one of our senators that we trust and send him down there.
Rand Paul, the only one that I
There
trust.
you go.
So.
Yeah, Rand Paul, go down to Fort Knox and go see for yourself. Take some photos, post them onto Twitter.
It's time to reset. Good morning. Rise in freedom. I'm Austin Peterson, and you're watching and listening to the Wake Up America show on the For Liberty Network. We're speaking with my sweetheart, my sweet Stephanie P. Steffi for Liberty.
Good to be here.
Glad to have you here. If you're tuning in today for the very first time ever, make sure you click the follow button, and that way you guys will get an alert whenever we go live, which is every Monday through Friday from 7 to 9 a.m. Central Time on the Wake Up America show at rumble.com/AP for Liberty. That's AP, the number 4, AP for Liberty. And since it's Don't Ask, Don't Get, you guys, we want to ask you to drop some Rumble rants. What do you say?
Yes. Please do. And if you don't want to just give us money straight away, go to forlibertyshop.com and then you can actually get something for your money.
Any recommendations of what they might want, Stephanie?
Ooh, I'm thinking what I would want.
What would you want, Stephanie, if you could get anything from forlibertyshop.com? Tell me what it is, and I'll pull it up and type it in here.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, show me what is it you want,
What are
Steffi?
the things that I still want?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we never talk about our jewelry. We have End the Fed necklaces, you guys. Did you know that?
Jewelry. Let's see.
We have jewelry. We have earrings. We have necklaces.
You're right. We do. It's a beautiful
Yes.
collection of necklaces.
Yeah, I handmade those. Well, not handmade, but I designed those necklaces. Viva la Libertad Carajo.
Yeah, beautiful bar necklace there. It comes with a really cool synthwave background, right? And the Fed horizontal bar necklace. These are cool. Honeycomb bomb earrings.
They're literally made from pieces of bombs.
Yeah. So our earring collection is quite extensive. We also have
We've
a
got
jewelry.
Bitcoin earrings.
Bitcoin earrings.
I mean, these are
eagle
things
earrings.
you can't get at any gift shop.
Yeah, they're if you're a liberty lover like us, you love America, and if you're like us, you're from Missouri, then you can get earrings and jewelry like you can't get from anywhere else. We also have these bullet cluster necklaces, which are pretty cool as well. Those, if you're looking for something nice for your lady who also happens to love liberty like yourself, you can get these at forlibertyshop.com. That's the number 4, libertyshop.com, and you can get this jewelry at forlibertyshop.com.
And the other thing I want to get is more tea. Because we
Yes.
gave away our tea before I could try some of it.
Yeah.
And so I still want to try some of the herbal blends. I've tried the apple one. Actually, we have more of the apple one, I think.
Mm-hmm.
We've tried Apple Orchard. We've tried Jasmine, Chai, Boston Harbor Black, Earl Grey. So I've tried all of those so far. Those are amazing.
Have you noticed that we've started getting 5-star reviews on all of our teas here? Did you see these?
Yay!
How cool is that?
That is awesome. Our tea is actually really, really good.
Yeah.
I'm definitely a tea lover myself.
We've been very fortunate that we've been able to find good suppliers for our teas and our coffees. You can see down at the bottom, Grey's Revenge, Earl Grey, and Boston Harbor Black. The only tea Captain Picard enjoyed on board the Starship Enterprise was Earl Grey tea, so I'll be ready should he arrive for a visit. It's delicious. The Revolutionary War never happened had they had AP for Liberty's Boston Harbor tea. It's worth the extra couple pennies. Well, that's John Bordenaro writing that.
Oh my gosh.
That's a great review.
You all are so creative. You're
And-
very good writers, and I don't think you use ChatGPT for that either.
Yeah, we're so grateful too for all of the reviews when you guys
Ooh,
buy
I want to
products.
try the rooibos one.
Yeah, this tea is a great morning tea because it's mild. You don't have to throw a revolt to get this tea. Just have Austin or Steffi send it to you. Another great review.
Yay!
And Heritage Hibiscus.
Ooh, hibiscus. That's the one. That's the one I want to try.
Yeah, Heritage Hibiscus. Cecilia gave it a 5-star review. Says this is a nice end of the day tea, and it will be a nice summer tea. I enjoyed it with some local honey, so it's nice sweet and sour treat for the day. Very lovely.
That sounds really good.
There you go, guys. forlibertyshop.com. That's number 4, libertyshop.com, and drink our 4 Liber tea. There you go.
I always like to talk about products we haven't seen in a long time because I even forget what we sell.
Oh my
Because
gosh.
we have such a wide variety that I'm like, I don't even remember that we have this.
One thing that people don't even know is we have these custom metal signs. We
Yes.
have a beautiful one that we use for our
For the beginning of our neighborhood, actually.
Yeah, Bridal Spur right here. So you can
Yes.
see, you can actually customize it. Somebody bought a Liberty Bell and they just wanted it to say living free. But
Yeah, if you do buy these and it's a custom one, you do have to put what print you want on it.
yeah, or else we'll have to call you and be like, are you sure you want it to say American Strong? Okay, no problem. But otherwise, if you want a custom metal sign, like these would look so cool hanging up in your garage or your workshop. The Bomber Lady custom steel sign, you can change it to say what you want it to say, and you can choose the color that you want: black, gold, white, silver. And then once you guys put it in your cart, you guys will have a chance to customize. Some of them are not customizable, some of them are. So you can check out, those are our custom metal signs at forlibertyshop.com. Go shopping today, guys. There we go. Back to no more Barry Bostwick. Here's my old friend Joe Walsh, who likes to call me out on Twitter. You know, sometimes we like to argue here.
Donald Trump is saying everything Vladimir Putin would say. And you mentioned the American people generally don't care about what's going on over there. The American president right now could be a plant, could be a Russian asset. I mean, think about that. Here I am. I know it's early in the morning to say something like that, but think about that. And if the American people don't care about that, that Putin might have something on Trump, that he's an asset, that he's a plant, that he's doing the bidding of Vladimir Putin, if the American people don't care about that?
Well, the thing is, listen.
I'm sorry to get us off the topic.
We don't have
So
No, you're not sorry.
tired, so boring. Ugh.
How is he a plant? I don't think he wants Russia to win.
Still on the Russia thing? I just does. Ugh.
Yeah, but he made it to CNN. I mean, he's in the spotlight.
That's why he says that stuff.
Yeah.
Right? He doesn't believe any of this shit, I think. I don't believe that he believes it anymore. I think that he screwed up his career by going and building an audience of lefties, right? Because he was put off by Trump's rhetoric, and he decided that instead of changing his mind like I did on Trump, changing his mind and realizing, wow, Trump is actually doing a lot of things that we limited government Tea Party types want, right? He always calls himself a Tea Party conservative, Tea Party Republican. Like Trump is doing more. We got more accomplished under Trump for the Tea Party stuff than we did in any of the years of the Tea Party movement. And he just, he decided to invest in a leftist audience, a left-wing audience, and so he tells them, he plays the hits, he tells them what they want to hear, and it's sad. And Joe is always calling me out, for my support of Trump online, and then it's like, he'll basically call the monkeys, the flying monkeys from The Wiz, the Wizard of Oz. Mm-hmm. It's like the flying monkeys of leftism. Like they start descending on him. As soon as Joe Walsh mentions me on Twitter, it's like all these lefties in my replies and comments and all this kind of stuff. And it's just sad. It is,
because wasn't he a libertarian presidential candidate or something?
No, he wasn't a libertarian presidential candidate, but he was a libertarian Republican, a liberty Republican.
Yeah.
But I guess
he ran for some office.
He ran for president of the United States as a Republican.
He did. Oh, as a Republican.
In 2020.
Okay.
In 2020.
Gotcha.
But he dropped out after a couple months because nobody was supporting him because everybody was supporting Trump. By that time, I was supporting Trump.
And that was when he had to get rid of his radio show. Because
he lost
was running
his
for
radio
office.
show. And that's the thing. It was a conservative radio show. He lost his radio show because he went to run for office. So they're like, no, we can't have you doing a radio show and you're running for office. And then so he lost his radio show. And at that point, he was a never Trump Republican. And he lost all of his audience. I mean, they didn't want him working there anyway, just because it was bad for the brand. You don't have a never Trumper, as a conservative talk show host. People aren't going to put up with that.
Right.
So they let him go. And at that point, he realized, he's like, I can either claw my way back in the Republican Party by trying to, disavow everything that I believed before, or everything I've said before, and just change on a dime. Or what he realized is, the things that he was saying as a never Trump Republican were getting him attention from the left. We're getting him media bookings from the left, because there's nothing that, left or right, there's nothing people love more than a convert.
Yeah.
And to share a story about a convert. It's like Candace Owens, when she first started, the reason why she blew up, initially is because she was a leftist who was doxing conservatives. Mm-hmm. And then she's like, oh, I'm a conservative now. And then it's like, oh, she's based because she's now red pill and she's one of us. And then now she's flipping on conservatives, which is kind of funny.
Oh my gosh.
So that's kind of her thing.
Whatever brings in the money. Everybody has to pay bills and feed their family. And I guess that's what he's doing.
No, Steffi, if that's what it was, then this would be a different show. If this was all about the money, this would be a different show. We'd have a lot more viewers.
Yeah, well, I'm saying for him, I'm sure it's about the money.
Oh, yeah, for him it is.
Yeah.
For him it is. But here's the thing. Can you imagine, there are a lot of people in the media who are like this. They live a lie. And they play a character, either a conservative or a liberal. And I saw it all the time when I worked at Fox. There were people who they picked a lane in the media, and they basically they play the part. They act like the people that they know that the audience is either going to support or be against, because they know it's going to get them booked on television. They know that it's going to raise their profile, so they build an audience. And can then imagine having to if you don't lie, then you don't have to remember anything. But if you lie, you have to always be putting on a mask, putting on a face, pretending to be something that you're not. That's exhausting.
Oh, that would be.
Yeah. And I'm willing to lose some support, have a smaller audience, if I can be my authentic self.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's otherwise too exhausting. I spent 5 days. I do 10 hours of this show a week. Mm-hmm. Right? Get my ass up way early in the morning, and then to be on and put on a mask and to be something that I'm not, that would just be, it's already exhausting enough. So anyways, if you're just tuning into the Wake Up America, it's Whitey White says she married a very rich cracker, so it isn't about money with her. That's funny.
Who did?
It is about money.
Oh, Candace Owens.
You would be surprised. People who like have money, they always want more, and it's also about attention and power, right? So
I can see how one could get desperate because
Yes.
it's really hard to make it in this industry.
Oh my God,
On
yes.
social media, podcasting, all of that, and.
Mhm.
I could see where desperation could hit at some point when you've got some big bills you got to pay, and
Oh my
you're like,
God.
"How am I going to make this work?"
We're so lucky
Yeah.
that we can make it work and
Yeah.
be our authentic selves.
Right.
That we don't have to pretend to be something we're not in order to try and get people to donate Rumble Rants. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Oh God. We're trying.
We're trying. It's hard because, this is showbiz in a way, right? Politics is Hollywood for ugly people, they say. We're not ugly, but
No.
but I'm certainly no 10. But you're smoking hot in my mind, right? But the point is that if you do something like this, if you go into this career, you have to be so careful because the way that you build your public image, the way you build your audience is who you are. Now the good thing is that if I were to go on somebody else's network or something, I could bring my audience with me, right? Because they know who I am and they're loyal to a certain degree. People who like blow up and get like famous and big really fast, they tend to crash as well because it's just like a transactional relationship. It's, oh, you're just fun for me versus what the relationships that we build with people, which is much more of real, more permanent
More deep.
relationship, friendship kind of things with our
Right.
audience. Right. And that's how we will survive because we will build real relationships with people. But a lot of people, they flame out in this career. And then what they do is, and Tim Pool talks about this sometimes, where he says, influencers like us could be manipulated fairly easily if, not us necessarily, but like us, could be manipulated if, for example, you had enough money to spend to do AstroTurf campaigns for their content. So let's say like Candace Owens is probably a perfect example. So she gets a lot of, and Nick Fuentes, right? She and they get a lot of attention and a lot of clicks and reposts for things that they say that are very provocative, right? Or, outside of the mainstream or what have you.
Oh yeah.
And if you wanted to manipulate them and you had nefarious interests, you could AstroTurf the social media support for that for certain ideas that you wanted to get out more.
Oh, you mean by an audience?
So sort of, right? So the idea is, let's say that like a lot of money was flowing around in conservative circles from Russia. Remember the Tenet media thing with Lauren Chen?
Yeah.
Right. That was actually an example of that, where they were boosting. That was a perfect example of this.
Yes.
So what Russia wanted was for anti-Ukraine content to be boosted.
Right.
So they boosted anti-Ukraine content
Yep.
by supporting it with their dollars. So
Yeah.
so this was a way to encourage the creation of more of that kind of content because it supports their agenda.
Yeah.
So you talk about a conspiracy. I mean, this is a real conspiracy, right? So nefarious actors who have access to funds and resources. Have you ever seen those farms that they have in like China and Pakistan where they'll have like 100 mobile phones?
Oh yeah.
And then there's
Where
like,
they're all liking something or sharing something.
yes, and it all comes from different IP addresses because it's all different phones.
Oh, yeah.
And this is a way to like boost people's social media profiles. Very unethical, right? But it works.
Yeah.
So this is how conspiracies happen, real conspiracies, not conspiracy theories. But people who have the money and the resources can say, I like this influencer. Let's go in and let's boost their ideas because they happen to go along with what the Qatari government thinks, right? Or whatever they want. Israel, it doesn't matter. Any government could do this. But they can also punish people who don't put out messages, they don't like, by bullying and attacking and being hostile and aggressive and doxing people that they don't like, that put messages out that they don't like. And in that way, if you're an influencer, let's say you're just kind of like getting started and you're kind of like getting out there. If you're getting, on one hand, supported to put out ideas, let's say you're just naive and young and you just want to like have a podcast and build an audience, talk about politics and news. If you see that some of your content is doing well, but then if you do something that's maybe counter to that, because you're experimenting, that's what people do. If you're experimenting with it and you're doing something that's maybe different from that, that's the opposite of that point of view, maybe you're just considering an idea, right? Not necessarily accepting it. But you get punished for creating that, where like you get bullied, attacked, harassed, doxxed. What are you going to do?
You're going to do the thing that is giving you the most reward.
Yes. Rest.
Unfortunately.
In that way, influencers can be manipulated. Yeah. Their minds can be changed. Right. So, but our model, Stephanie, is not that way. It was a couple of weeks ago, the chat, like all the chat, they were mad at me. They were angry.
About, what were you talking about? Tariffs. That's right.
Tariffs. Yes. They were angry at me, disagreeing with me vehemently, trying to disprove, debunk, all that kind of stuff, telling me all these reasons why I was wrong.
Right.
But I don't care.
I know.
I don't care, right?
We've lost a few really big supporters because they didn't like something that you were talking about.
Political news.
And it was like one topic, and that just literally made them leave.
A lot of people are one issues.
Yeah.
One issue voters, like abortion voters, right? They can be like one issue voters and things like that. So it's like, and that is the danger to being, open and honest about who you are. If you want to manipulate people, you have to speak in a way of platitudes, as such that you have to speak a lot without saying much at all.
Word salad.
Yeah, and if you wanted to really get good at something like that, we could use AI. Let's pull up Grok and see how Grok 3.0 is. Write me a 1-minute conservative and libertarian friendly.
Well, it would be something like, we want to save. We want to stop spending all of those dollars. We deserve to have the gold in our pockets. We deserve to have the freedoms that are our right. Using those like punch words. Freedoms, gold, financial security. These are all things that people want. Yes.
Here we go. Here's the prompt. Write me a 1-minute conservative and libertarian friendly rant that is based around current news, that plays on hooks and has powerful words and invites engagement and is easily understood at a 3rd grade level of reading and comprehension. This is how, if we really want to get big, this is what we would do, Stephanie.
Okay. Maybe we should just make a little clip of this.
Yes, here we go. Hey, folks, it's February 21st, 2025, and the world's gone wild. Again, big government stomping all over us like a bully snatching your lunch money. Look at Germany. Conservative Friedrich Merz is fighting to stop a flood of migrants. But the left's screaming, he's too tough. Tough? Good. We need leaders with guts, not puppets kissing the boots of control freaks. And here in America, Palantir's stock is soaring. Proof free markets can roar when left alone. But the tax and spend crowd wants to chain it down. No way! Liberty's our hook. Let's reel in freedom, not rules. Ilhan Omar got kicked off a big committee for flapping about Somalia over America. Finally, some spine in Congress. We say America first, not handouts to everyone else. So stand up, shout loud, and tell me, what's got your blood boiling today? Let's keep it simple. Less government, more power to you.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah, just using those really big punch words that everybody can agree with. Leave me alone. I want liberty, freedom, pursuit of happiness, constitution.
Yeah, use the buzzwords.
Yes.
Right, without any actual substance for the most part, right?
Exactly.
And keep it at a 3rd grade level. Keep it at a 3rd grade level so that you get the biggest audience that you can. But, we defy them and we do big brain time, like on Wednesdays with the judge. Now, I'm pretty sure, let's see, Grok 3, it's still in beta, but they're saying it's one of the most powerful versions.
Really like its graphics. Like yesterday, I had it make me, I actually posted George Washington holding a muffin and drinking coffee. It does it very well and very fast.
Yes. It's time for us to take a quick little break, guys. I'm going to go pee for liberty. Don't go away. We'll be right back. We've got lots more. We're going to play a game, guys. We're going to play a game. It's going to be 2 truths and a lie. You, me, and Steffi P playing a game, 2 truths and a lie, the last half hour of the Wake Up America show on the 4 Liberty Network. Tired of spending your hard-earned money on woke corporations that don't share your pro-freedom values? Fed up with sipping liberal lattes and progressive cappuccinos? Introducing Founding Flavors from AP for Liberty Shop. Get your day started with Washington's Revolutionary Roast. As robust and principled as the man himself, this blend is the shot of energy heard round the world. Or maybe you want to taste the fervor of freedom with Adams's Patriotic Perk. It's as dynamic and balanced as the U.S. Constitution, sure to awaken your spirit of liberty. For the aficionados, we've got the Jeffersonian Java, a complex mix of flavors that speaks volumes about your refined tastes. And don't forget Betsy's Liberty Lullaby, our decaf option. Crafted with the same care and dedication Betsy Ross put into our Star-Spangled Banner, this blend lets you enjoy the taste of freedom anytime without losing sleep. No woke beans here, folks. Just pure, patriotic, pro-freedom flavors brewed with love for liberty. So why compromise your principles for a cup of coffee? Stand up for your values, perk up your patriotism, and start your day the American way. Get your founding flavors at apforlibertyshop.com.
Are you tired of the strange radioactive effects of leftist culture? Do you ever wonder what happened to good old-fashioned American values? Well, fear no more, because there's a new force fighting back against the cultural rot of today. Introducing Culturama, a right-of-center talk show that's taking back the future today. Hosted by none other than blonde bombshell herself, Daniela Pensack. She's not just talking, she's taking culture back. With sharp takes, brilliant guests, and a few surprises along the way. Tune in to the live video podcast twice a week, because the future doesn't have to be weird. It can be Culturama.
If there wasn't going to be somebody who was a fiery champion of liberty, somebody who would get out there and who would be aggressive, and if they wouldn't do it with more fire or passion than I had, then I would go and I would fight this battle for us. I've fought for the principles that we all share. Parties tend to be secondary to me. We're here because we believe in the principles of liberty. I am not a perfect messenger, but I think I'm a damn good one. This is a replica of our first president's flintlock pistol. You have my full support, my respect, and my gun.
I think that at the heart of my philosophy is much more libertarianism than well, that's the fashionable word these days, I guess. A conservative is no longer just that. He's a libertarian and always has been.
Yet any time you and I question the schemes of the do-gooders, we're denounced as being against their humanitarian goals. They say we're always against things, we're never for anything.
What is fascism? Fascism is private ownership, private enterprise, but total government control and regulation.
Well, the trouble with our liberal friends is not that they're ignorant. It's just that they know so much that isn't so. If we lose freedom here, there's no place to escape to. This is the last stand on earth. This is the issue of this election. Whether we believe in our capacity for self-government or whether we abandon the American Revolution and confess that a little intellectual elite in a far distant capital can plan our lives for us better than we can plan them ourselves.
The conservative, so-called, is the one that says less government, get off my back, get out of my pocket, and let me have more control of my own destiny.
It is true that many of the people in this room for 4 years failed to cover the fact that Joe Biden was mentally incompetent and was not running the country. It is also true that many people in this room who have used this talking point that Elon is not elected fail to understand how government works. So I'm glad for the opportunity for a brief civics lesson. A president is elected by the whole American people. He's the only official in the entire government that is elected by the entire nation, right? Judges are appointed, members of Congress are elected at the district or state level, which is one man. And the Constitution, Article 2, has a clause known as the vesting clause, and it says the executive power shall be vested in a president, singular. The whole will of democracy is imbued into the elected president. That president then appoints staff, then impose that democratic will onto the government. The threat to democracy, indeed the existential threat to democracy, is the unelected bureaucracy of lifetime tenured civil servants who believe they answer to no one, who believe they can do whatever they want without consequence, who believe they can set their own agenda no matter what Americans vote for. So Americans vote for radical FBI reform, and FBI agents say they don't want to change. Or Americans vote for radical reform on our energy policies, but EPA bureaucrats say they don't want to change. Or Americans vote to end DEI, racist DEI policies, and lawyers of the Department of Justice say they don't want to change. What President Trump is doing is he is removing federal bureaucrats who are defying democracy by failing to implement his lawful orders, which are the will of the whole American people.
Is this two truths and a lie? Do we have to figure out if he's telling the truth? Oh, okay.
No, we're going to play that here in just a moment, Stephanie. Good morning, pineapples.
I was like, he just said a lot of possible truths and lies right there.
It's all true. 100% true.
Wow.
Whole truth. God's honest truth.
I would not want to have coffee with that guy.
Why is that?
His personality seems to be a little too strong for me.
Yeah, he comes on very strong.
Yes.
Yes.
He'd basically be talking at you the entire time you're sitting down with him.
Well, I like the coming on strong, honestly. Yeah, I think it's a good thing, honestly. Yeah, we need it.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, he seems to know what he's talking about, but he also seems he could be a know-it-all too, where like he's very stubborn.
Did I marry a libturd?
Hey, there's certain personalities I vibe with, and certain ones I don't. You know, it's all about the message and how you convey it. I'd rather it be conveyed by that pretty blonde-haired woman back there. She's nice to look at.
So, the Rumblebot in the chat today is Andrew Tate. It was supposed to be Andrew Tate, but it was accidentally set up left on Donald Trump. So
Oh my gosh! So people think that it's Andrew Tate, but no.
Yes. Well, now
that's
it's Andrew
funny.
Tate. I just fixed the setting, so it should be fixed.
They're like, wow, Andrew, you're sounding different.
So the Rumblebot should now be Andrew Tate. So
Oh my gosh.
Talk to Rumblebot, see if it's Andrew Tate now. It should speak like Andrew Tate. Welcome to the Wake Up America show. Click that like button. Today is Freedom Family Friday, which means my smoking hot, redheaded, libertarian wife, Stephanie, is joining us live.
Good morning, pineapple.
Looking very good, very nice. Good morning, pineapple. Looking very good, very nice. Did you see the new intro video
with the
things that we
pineapple?
made today? Yeah, hold on one second.
I did. Pineapple shirt for the shop. Would anybody buy one? Say yes or no in the chat.
Would they buy a pineapple shirt?
Yes, a Good Morning Pineapple shirt. The pineapple would not be upside down. Do not worry.
There we go. So we're going to play a game now because we got about 25 minutes left to go on the show.
Ooh.
And we're going to all play a game. Everybody who's on the show can play the game. And I'm going to see if I can get the chat up in the screen there. I'm going to see if I can put the display, the window cap. Sure. No, it's like...
You usually have the chat up there.
Yeah, it's been kind of buggy lately, so I'm gonna see if I can get the browser. Boom, there it is. Okay, now we've got the chat.
Hello, everyone.
It's a little hard to read.
Yeah, I can't see it.
I'm gonna put there up. See if I can put it in a place on the screen where they can actually see it. There. Hold on. Now, hold on. We did have this screen was a little bit easier. There it is. There we go. A little bit easier to read.
We can see that better.
Okay, there we go, guys. So are you guys ready to play Two Truths and a Lie, American history version?
Oh, okay. I thought we had to come up with it for ourselves. I was like, I'm such a bad liar. To be honest with you, I've been a little nervous about it because I was like, I'm so bad at lying.
No. So two Truths and a Lie, weird American history version. Okay. History edition. Okay. So I'll read 3 short statements about strange American history. And 2 are true, and 1 is a lie. So you have to guess which one's the lie, right? So you're on so your butt's on the line, but everybody on the chat, they get to take their sweet time, but because there's a delay, we have to take a little bit of time to ensure that everybody gets a chance to answer.
Oh, I'm sure it'll take me a second.
So here's the thing. So when I'll read the 3 statements. And then you guys in the chat have to say which one is the lie, right? So, a president had a pet alligator. The Liberty Bell cracked on purpose, right? So if it's a lie, Benjamin Franklin invented the internet, right? That's a lie, okay?
Yeah.
So you just have to guess which one is the lie. And then in the chat, everybody who's in the chat just has to say, an abbreviated version of it down in the chat. Are we all ready to play the game?
Yes.
Kermode Bear says, his story, sir. In modern America, we celebrate her story. Good one.
Kermode is funny. Hello, Kermode. I hope your goats
awesome.
are doing well.
Kermode is awesome. Okay, here we go. So spot the lie. Here we go. 6 rounds. There's the first 6 rounds of weird American history trivia, 2 truths and a lie. Each round, again, prepped with 3 statements, 2 true oddities, 1 fake, and then the answers, and we got some hooks and riff on them. It'll be fun. Okay, so are you ready?
Yes.
Don't whatever you do not look at my screen, okay? Right? So that'd be
I'm really
cheating.
good at that. I know a lot of people like to peek and
don't
cheat
do that.
and stuff. I'm not a
It's
cheater.
not as fun.
I did used to peek at my Hanukkah gifts as a child, but I'm not there anymore.
reformed.
I'm much more mature.
Good to know.
Yeah.
All right, round 1, founding weirdness. Okay, Benjamin Franklin proposed making the turkey the national bird. Okay, that's the first one. Number 2, John Adams owned a pet raccoon named Rebel. Number 3, Thomas Jefferson once wrestled a bear to impress French diplomats.
Oh my gosh.
So I'll read it to you
Wow,
again. And
these
for
are-
those in the
these are
chat,
hard.
I hope that the people in the chat aren't going to cheat. I hope they're going to just,
They're probably going to use ChatGPT to
Don't
find
do
out
that.
the real answer.
Don't do it. Don't do it. So, which one is the lie? Benjamin Franklin proposed making the turkey the national bird. Okay. John Adams owned a pet raccoon named Rebel. Or Thomas Jefferson once wrestled a bear to impress French diplomats.
So I know that Ben Franklin is connected to this whole turkey thing. I know it's like this myth that he wanted the turkey to be the national symbol. It's like all confusing about what really happened. So I'm going to say that's true.
So you think Benjamin Franklin did, in fact, want to name the national bird the turkey?
Something about that.
Okay, you're correct. You're
That's the only thing that I actually can connect with here out of all these 3. The second one, John Adams having a raccoon. I know that Calvin Coolidge had a lot of animals. If you read our book, Calvin the Coolest President, you will know that he had tons of animals. But John Adams actually having a raccoon, I'm not sure about that.
Yes.
But then Thomas Jefferson with this whole bear thing, you would think I would have heard about this after all my Thomas Jefferson studies.
Yes.
So it's really a toss-up, but I want to say John Adams really had a raccoon.
Okay, actually, no, that's also a lie. That's a lie. But so is Thomas Jefferson wrestling a bear.
Oh, so there's not just two truths and a lie. It's two lies and a truth.
Correct.
Oh my God.
Because I lied.
Oh my God.
I know. I'm just messing with you guys. We're having fun. Don't take it too seriously.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Whew.
Okay, here we go, guys. So here's the next one. So here's the net round 2. You guys ready for round 2? Okay, here we go.
Yeah. Did anybody guess in the chat about what was true?
I couldn't tell. It's hard to keep all all this straight and then double check everything. It's a lot of work to run the show and then
I know it's hard to
push the camera buttons
to multitask. Here, I'm just curious what people are saying. Did you all know these facts here?
Which
did you get it?
Lies. Yes.
Okay, Kermode said you're a liar.
Yes. Well,
and L-Dubs didn't know the raccoon one. So the raccoon one is a lie, correct?
Okay.
The
correct.
raccoon is a lie.
Yes.
And so a lot of 1981, Luke said number 3 was a lie.
Yeah.
Yep.
2 were lies. 2 and 3 were lies.
Bear wrestling.
Boo this man.
Jefferson is the lie.
John American says, wait, what? Scammed. Okay, here we go. So now next one is actually 2 truths and a lie, okay?
I don't believe anything that comes out of your mouth.
No.
I think that was the first thing I learned.
Game. Okay. And I know.
After I really got to know you was that I can never trust you. Because you're always joking.
And you had a baby with me, yes. Okay. Two of these are actually true, and one is a lie. Okay, are you ready? Here we go. So number 1, Andrew Jackson's parrot swore at his funeral.
Okay.
Okay. Said a bad word. Andrew Jackson's parrot. Is it, we're going to say, is it true or a lie? Number 2, Calvin Coolidge had a pygmy hippo named Billy. Hold on. No.
If you read our book,
Yeah. There we go, guys. Welcome back to the show. It's the Wake Up America show on the For Liberty Network. Every once in a while, this is why originally I had been in the studio, because of the challenges of rural internet. So thankfully I have a backup, which is like a hotspot, which allows me to get on a little bit faster connection because it's not directly connected to my computer. It's a little iffy. It could be spotty. So we've taken a little risk. We want to finish the show strong. Steffi's still hanging out with us, and we're back online.
With my Calvin the Coolest President book.
What was it you wanted to show people on the Calvin the Coolest President book?
One of the facts you listed can actually be proven from our trusty book. All right. Since he loved animals, meaning Calvin Coolidge,
yes,
he had a small zoo at the White House.
Mm-hmm.
There were cats, dogs, birds, a raccoon, a baby bear, a wallaby, a pair of lion cubs, an antelope, a large white goose, a donkey, a pygmy hippo, and a bobcat. That's way cool. So thanks to our trusty book, we have just determined that the pygmy hippo is true. Yay! Look at that. Isn't that cool? That is way cool.
Your kids can learn a lot from our children's book that we wrote, Calvin the Coolest President.
I love this book.
Yeah, it's available for sale. Where at, Steph?
At forlibertyshop.com, you can get a signed copy of it from us, and you can also go to Amazon if you do not want a signed copy.
Joni Rankins, she's ready to move on. She wants the third one. Okay, so the
What?
first, it's time to move on. So
Okay,
the first one is Andrew Jackson's parrot swore at his funeral.
Yep.
Is that true or is that false? Number 2. Calvin Coolidge had a pygmy hippo
that's
named Billy.
true.
We've already confirmed that.
Yeah.
3. Teddy Roosevelt rode a moose across the Potomac River.
That's true. I think he really rode a moose. He's pretty awesome.
So then you believe that Andrew Jackson's parrot swore at his funeral. You think that that is the lie?
Yes.
Okay. That is incorrect.
But Teddy Roosevelt was so epic. He loved to be in the jungle and
It's
do
true.
all those adventures.
So while Roosevelt was known for his epic adventures, the famous image of him riding a moose is actually a doctored photograph created for a 1912 campaign poster. He never actually rode a moose across a river.
My life is a lie.
But the good news is that Andrew Jackson's parrot did swear at his funeral.
See, when you were telling that true story, I thought you were throwing me off when you were going into detail about all the stuff that happened at his funeral. And I was like, oh, okay, he's just messing with us.
Yeah, no.
All
So 2 truths and a lie. You ready for the next one? You
Yep.
ready for the next? Okay,
Yep.
we're playing 2 truths and a lie. Weird American history version. Okay, 2 truths and a lie. The Statue of Liberty's torch was once a working lighthouse.
Okay.
So 2 truths and a lie. The Statue of Liberty's torch was once a working lighthouse. We're playing 2 truths and a lie. So 2 of these will be true, and 1 will be a lie. Here we go. The next is during Prohibition, when alcohol was legal, Congress had a secret whiskey stash.
Okay.
Okay, so Congress officially, they were able to keep alcohol in Congress, even though they outlawed it for all of us. Okay. Number 3, the Declaration of Independence was signed with invisible ink.
Invisible ink?
Right, because it was about secret correspondence, and they didn't want to get hanged, obviously. So the first edition of the Declaration, the first signing. You're looking at me like I'm a liar here. Hold on. You really are looking at me like
See, I feel as if I have studied some things a little bit, and I'm just not sure. This Declaration of Independence thing, Because John Hancock's signature is huge.
Well, they signed many copies of the Declaration of Independence, by the way.
Or maybe I'm thinking Constitution. Oh, no, now I'm getting all messed up.
No. The Declaration of Independence, that was the famous one that they all signed, and they committed treason. But because they were committing treason, they signed it with invisible ink. So two truths and a lie. Statue of Liberty's torch was once a working lighthouse.
That's true.
Correct.
That's
From
true.
1886 to 1902, the Statue of Liberty's torch functioned as a lighthouse. However, it was not very effective because its light wasn't bright enough to be seen from far distances, leading to its discontinuation. There you go. Number 2, during Prohibition, Congress had a secret whiskey stash. Do you believe that's true?
That's true.
Correct. That is true.
The government always has to have things.
They had access to a hidden supply of alcohol, often kept in the Capitol, or through medicinal whiskey prescriptions. Yes, that's what I use my whiskey for. It's my it's Pappy's medicine, which means that the Declaration of Independence was not signed.
Right, those signatures were huge. Yes.
Somebody says too easy. Was it signed in crayon too? Says
Austin's a very good, convincing actor. Seriously, he could make you believe anything. Yeah, you could. Maybe I'm just gullible, but you make me believe anything.
The Wake Up America show is brought to you by viewers like you who click that like button. Click that like.
Clickety click.
That
Woohoo.
like. Click that like. Click that like. Help us
Click
to spread the
that like.
message of
Click
economic
that
freedom
like.
and personal liberty. Drew Runkle texted us this morning. What's up, Drew?
Drew Van Runkle?
Drew Van Runkle, like Rip Van Winkle.
What did he say?
He just said, "Good morning, AP. It's Drew." A little anticlimactic. What
I
else?
wonder if that's another Drew. Maybe that's not Drew Van.
Oh, maybe it's a different Drew. You know, we got another Drew who's
We have many Drews.
vying for our affection.
Hi, Drew.
Drew. Okay, so are you ready for the next one?
Yes.
Okay, the next 2 truths and a lie. We're playing 2 truths and a lie.
Oh boy.
And so here we are. So this one is the first one. Wyoming let women vote in 1869 to attract more settlers.
Okay. All right.
Wyoming let women vote to attract more settlers. Right, as women were significantly outnumbered by men in that territory. Is that true or a lie? Okay.
Okay.
Number 2, a Nevada town elected a donkey as a mayor in 1890.
I know there was a dog elected as a mayor.
Yeah. And Billy the Kid escaped jail by climbing a chimney naked.
Billy the Kid?
Billy the Kid.
I don't even know who that is.
Yes, he escaped jail by climbing a chimney naked.
I want to say that's true.
Okay.
Because I know nothing about this,
Okay,
but I'm
let's-
sure a
let's
naked
go back to
person
the
has
beginning.
done that.
Wyoming let women vote in 1869 to attract more settlers. True or false?
Well, I know that voting was not legal for women until the 1900s, right? 1917? Is that what?
So is it true or is it a lie?
That. But state by state, maybe it was a states' rights issue. Maybe, sure. Maybe that's true.
It is true.
Okay. Yeah. What was it? 19 what? That women got to vote. The Women's Suffrage Act. 19.
It was the early 1900s.
Okay.
Right. So I guess in the
Okay.
state, you're talking about like voting on the state level.
Yeah.
They probably couldn't vote in federal elections.
Ah, but they could vote in the state. Okay. Okay. So we got that one, and then the middle one.
The middle one is the donkey. That is true.
Oh, that's true too.
Yes.
Oh no, so Billy the Kid.
So
Billy the Kid is false.
He did escape, from prison, but he did not do it like naked and climbing up like a stovepipe. Which if like at the time that would have been very painful because that would have been very hot, right? You would have been right, exactly.
Wow.
Exactly, so.
I don't even know who Billy the Kid is. Is he some?
He was a famous outlaw, Missouri outlaw, actually. So,
okay.
Yep. Yeah, okay. Are we ready for the next?
Yes.
Next one. Okay. So we're playing 2 truths and a lie here on the Wake Up America show. The next one is number 1. During the Civil War, a camel corps patrolled Texas. Camels. So riding camels
Mhm.
during the Civil War.
Okay.
Patrol Texas with camels. Okay. Second one, truth or a lie. George Washington's army used wooden teeth as a secret code.
No?
George Washington's army used wooden teeth as a secret code.
A secret code.
Yes. Or number 3, is it true or a lie? A Confederate sub sank a Union ship and itself in one battle.
Okay.
Confederate submarine.
These are very hard.
Okay, so number 1, Camel Corps patrolled Texas during the Civil War.
Was Texas even around during the Civil War?
It
That
did-
wasn't even a state yet, was it?
It-
I don't even know.
It was not incorporated as a state yet, right? But
I don't think
actually,
they
it was.
participated in the
when
Civil
did
War.
Texas
No.
become a state? Hold on. There was like the Texas Republic. So it was in 1845. It
Here,
was
let me-
Texas statehood.
Let me ask
No
the
cheating,
audience.
no
Let me.
cheating.
Can I ask the audience and see what they're saying?
you can ask the audience which one of these is true.
Okay.
Which one of these is true during the Civil War? Which one is
What?
false?
Whitey White said, "I'm Jewish. Give her a break."
Well, he's a Nazi, so just he's a Nazi. Give him a break.
Yeah.
During the Civil War,
I'm sorry. All of our books were thrown away by the Nazis. How could I learn?
Yes, during the Civil
All right.
War, during the Civil War, a Camel Corps patrolled Texas. Is that true or false?
False. I don't think camels. Mm-mm.
It is true.
Really? Did they import them from Egypt? I mean, where did they come from?
During the Civil War, the U.S. Army experimented with using camels for transport in the Southwest, including Texas. The Camel Corps was established in the 1850s, but by the time of the Civil War, the project was abandoned. Some of the camels were released in the war into the wild, and a few may have been used informally during the war. So true.
And Whitey White says camels are still there. He believes.
I have no
in
idea.
Texas.
I had no idea.
Well, I don't trust you, Whitey White.
Yeah. Number 2. Why? Because he wants to throw you in an oven?
Yes.
Number 2. George Washington's army used wooden teeth as secret code.
Someone doesn't think that's true.
False.
So George Washington, all right, we saw his teeth at that museum, and they were not wooden. They were actual human teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So he didn't have wooden teeth.
From his slaves, some of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
gross.
like a zebra. They had like a zebra molar in there as well.
Yeah, we
which
got
is-
photos with his teeth.
Yeah. Yeah. Odd stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, George Washington's army used wooden teeth as a secret code. That is false.
Okay.
He had human teeth, animal teeth, and ivory in there. There's no historical record of that using wooden teeth. Number 3, a Confederate sub sank a Union ship and itself in one battle. That is true.
Yeah, I believe that.
That was like submarine warfare had just begun. The H.L. Hunley, a Confederate submarine, became the first sub to sink an enemy warship in combat. In 1864, it attacked the Union ship USS Housatonic with a torpedo in Charleston Harbor. However, the Hunley also sank shortly after, possibly due to the shockwave from its own torpedo explosion, taking its crew with it. So they sank the Housatonic and then sank themselves. We're playing 2 Truths and a Lie on the Wake Up America show.
Yay! Hazel's waking up
Is
because
she?
it's around 9 o'clock. She's like clockwork. She
Yes.
knows when it's turning 9. She's
All right.
like, hey, kids.
Well, it is the sixth and final round. So are you ready?
Okay, we're ready.
Okay, we're playing 2 Truths and a Lie. This is the final one. You have to guess which one is true and which one is a lie. A Michigan man patented a flying bicycle in 1897.
I mean, I am from Michigan. Michigan men do a lot of things.
So a Michigan man patented a flying bicycle in
I'm
1897.
not going to pass that one up yet.
Okay. The first apple pie was baked during the Revolutionary War.
Oh, I like apple pie.
Yeah. Well, the first one was baked during the Revolutionary War.
You know, I made an apple pie on one of my Sundays with Steffi videos, and I don't remember the history of that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mark Twain invented the bra strap clasp that we use today.
Oh, dang. Dang. He really knew how to remove those, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Mark Twain, you said? Mark Twain?
Mark Twain.
Didn't he write books?
Yeah, but he was also an inventor, and he did hold patents.
Okay, I think that's true then.
Okay, so you ready for the reveal?
I think that's true. Wait. Let me guess something.
Okay.
I think that's true. And then the
Apple
thing
pie.
about apple pie, that's false.
Okay,
and then the thing about the flying bicycle, that's true.
Okay, so here we go. A Michigan man patented a flying bicycle in 1897. True.
Yeah. Michigan! Woo, 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 woo.
The first apple pie was baked during the Revolutionary War. False.
Yes.
And
I don't know when it was.
Mark
though.
Twain invented the bra strap clasp we use today.
I thought he was like a hoe, you know.
Another, I lied.
He was a womanizer.
Two lies and a truth.
Austin Peterson invented the bra clasp back in 1981.
We hope you guys had a blast on the Wake Up America show today. If you did, bless me with something. Money-wise. Drop a rumble rant before you go, or exit through the gift shop at forlibertyshop.com. Today's the day. Get your Gulf of America tumbler. They're amazing. They keep your drinks cold or hot, whichever, at forlibertyshop.com. Our Gulf of America tumblers are very popular. And thank you guys for everything that you do for us to help support the Wake Up America show on the For Liberty Network. Did we cover everything, Stephanie? Was there anything we missed?
I think we did. That was a fun game. That really surprised me.
Next time we do it, next time I'll do it, I'll actually fact check the things, because I got those from. Here's my confession. I got those from Grok. I told Grok to write the game for us. And Grok just got the facts wrong. So
that's what ChatGPT has done before, because I asked ChatGPT about some historical fact a long time ago, and they wrote some story about a squirrel that went on all these adventures, and I'm like, this is not true.
Yeah, when I was doing my Guns of the President video series, they made up this whole story about how Bill Clinton shot a shotgun and it went off in the White House. And he blew a hole in the wall. And
that sounds like something your dad would do.
I was like, yeah.
He's blown a hole in the wall before.
I was like, holy shit. I was like, is this true? And I was like halfway through getting ready to start the video. And I was like, I have got to find out if this is true before I go to print with this. Come to find out, it was a lie. It was a lie. They call them hallucinations when the AI does that. So that's what you get. So,
hallucinations. Was the AI mentally ill?
Yeah, so that's what they do. They just, it's because it's screwed up. They don't want to say that it's messed up or that it's wrong. But we've also got our excellent Calvin the Coolest President, and we did fact check all of our facts in our Calvin the Coolest President book.
We actually asked Amity Schley. Emily Schley. She is a Calvin Coolidge expert, and so we asked her about Calvin Coolidge's like for ice cream, and she confirmed it.
Yes.
Yes.
So we confirmed the facts in our Calvin the Coolest President book. If you've got a little freedom fighter in your life, somebody with kids, then make sure you visit forlibertyshop.com. Get a signed copy of Calvin the Coolest President at forlibertyshop.com, written by me and Steffi. And we will see you guys on Monday on the Wake Up America show.
Be free.
On the For Liberty Network. Bye, guys.
Are you tired of the strange radioactive effects of leftist culture? Do you ever wonder what happened to good old-fashioned American values? Well, fear no more, because there's a new force fighting back against the cultural rot of today. Introducing Culturama, a right-of-center talk show that's taking back the future today. Hosted by none other than blonde bombshell herself,
Tired of spending your hard-earned money on woke corporations that don't share your pro-freedom values? Fed up with sipping liberal lattes and progressive cappuccinos? Introducing Founding Flavors from AP for Liberty Shop. Get your day started with Washington's Revolutionary Roast. As robust and principled as the man himself, this blend is the shot of energy heard round the world. Or maybe you want to taste the fervor of freedom with Adams's Patriotic Perk. It's as dynamic and balanced as the U.S. Constitution, sure to awaken your spirit of liberty. For the aficionados, we've got the Jeffersonian Java, a complex mix of flavors that speaks volumes about your refined tastes. And don't forget Betsy's Liberty Lullaby, our decaf option, crafted with the same care and dedication Betsy Ross put into our Star-Spangled Banner. This blend lets you enjoy the taste of freedom anytime without losing sleep. No woke beans here, folks. Just pure, patriotic, pro-freedom flavors brewed with love for liberty. So why compromise your principles for a cup of coffee? Stand up for your values, perk up your patriotism, and start your day the American way. Get your Founding Flavors at apforlibertyshop.com.